As politicians debated screeds of legislation under urgency, Green MP Eugenie Sage put up an amendment to Three Waters.
Because of past experience with privatising our energy companies.
Sage worried the same could happen to our water, so Labor and the Greens passed what's called an entrenchment provision, which means if a future government wants to sell a water asset, it would take a mega majority of 60% of MPs or a successful referendum to sell off.
Labor is very, very clear. We do not want to see ever the privatisation of water assets.
It's a new low from this Labor government. Essentially, it is a real challenge to democracy.
Entrenching public ownership of the Three Waters assets was originally Labor's idea. It wanted to use the already established supermajority of 75% of MPs, which is usually used for constitutional issues like changing the voting age. It couldn't get opposition buy-in, so dropped it. But this new lower threshold has academics calling it a dangerous precedent because governments could use it willy-nilly, and the Prime Minister agrees.
Here, though, we saw a more novel use of entrenchment. I do think it's right that we go back and discuss with the Parliament its use in this case.
I don't think it should set a precedent because these Three Waters assets are critical public infrastructure.
What's anti-democratic is putting an entrenchment piece of legislation into something that is not constitutional in nature.
Not in the Constitution, but the Prime Minister says not to stuff up either.
Are you in this mess because Parliament was doing too much in urgency?
No.
So it's back to the parliamentary drawing board because the last thing the Prime Minister needs is for Three Waters to be even more controversial. Amelia Wade, Newshub.